Inter fans, it's match day hype. We're ready to talk about another big match against Juventus, about a lot of topics. But first of all, let me introduce my partner in crime, Thomas Lawrence. How are you doing?
That's me, your partner in crime. I love it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm doing really good. Thank you very much, Guy. I'm really excited to build up to this massive fixture. I know we've got a great show for all our supporters out there and all our listeners and all our viewers. And we've also got to talk about a milestone moment, qualifying for the final 8, the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So let's just get straight into the show.
Yeah,
let's get cracking.
Yes, and don't forget it. We have a lot of guests today, as always, but stay tuned and continue to watch it because we need your support as our team needs you, you know?
Absolutely.
So, let's take a seat.
Let's take a seat together, Guy. Let's take a sit down so we're a bit more comfortable because, as you said, quite rightly, it's not a spoiler. We can announce we have some very special guests on the show, and we might actually have one of the guests already ready. I'll ask
he's
and
ready?
see if he is
already
available
ready?
or not. Our first guest to chat to him on the show. He's, well, can I start to introduce him? In fact, well, we've had him on the show as recently as the last appearance.
Oh, that he brings some luck the last time, okay?
He did.
He officially did.
And he is superstitious, I think. He does believe in superstition, so it's great to have him back on the show ahead of another big fixture. I don't know if he's available or not. I'll ask in the control room. I'll ask Mr. Marcos Secchi if we have our first guest or not, the one and only.
Okay, we say together, 3, 2, 1, Walter Zenga.
I think he's right. There he is, there he is. The main man, the main man. Ciao, Walter, how are you doing?
Ciao, how are you? Hey, don't start to beginning to say lucky or luck, you know. It doesn't work like this, please. No.
No. I said maybe a little bit because you told us the story about your game when you said I won after defeat in Liguria. So.
Yeah, okay.
I was talking just about this. Facts.
Okay. Well, perfect, okay.
No, we are good. We're great.
We're feeling fine, Walter, because, well, as we said in our introduction, and as you know very well, Inter have qualified for the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Of course, we are going to talk about Inter Juventus, but first, I think it's right, Walter, that together we chat about Inter's qualification to the final 8 of the Champions League. It's an incredible milestone for the club. It's been missing for 12 years, so it's a long time, over a decade, since Inter reached the stage of the competition. How did you think Inter performed midweek away to Porto, which is such a difficult place to go and get a result at?
But, you know, the thing is, all the times we don't have to make a confusion between the performance and the final result. The final result is the best of the, like you say, the last 12 years. Inter is in the best 8 top team in the Europe, and this is what the team expect, what the fans expect. Then now there is one other step, is a very strong step, but it's obviously because when you arrive in the top 8, there is not, in my opinion, one more easy than one other. And normally my optimistic way is all the time thinking, instead than, I don't want to play against them, or I don't want to play against them. I want to thinking about what they're thinking about us. Because we're thinking all the time is about the opponent. But never we ask about the opponent if they are happy to play against us. So this is my
great point.
All the times my point, my way. Then, of course, if we go inside the numbers, okay, Benfica played 12 games, win 10, draw 2, and they score 35 goals and they receive only 10. But we are in the 8 best top team in the Europe, and we cannot expect to find one team that they lost 10 games in a row, no?
No, absolutely. It's a great point, guys.
Of course. That's why we decided to put the lead wall where we belong, because this is the place that we deserve. We don't have to forget that we are Inter. As you said, if you have to talk about our opponent, we will find a team who plays spectacular, who play really fast, very organized. What do you think about them?
No, they are a great team. Thinking that they lost now, they sell one player to Chelsea for 120 million, and the result doesn't change. In my opinion, my prediction was that I wish to play against Chelsea, but only for one reason, because Chelsea was in 2010, if I don't remember bad, we beat Chelsea and then Inter won the Champions League for this reason, only for the connection with these things. And Benfica is a very strong team. They play well together. This is the most important point and is the strong point of them. It doesn't matter who play, but they play good together. And this is very, very strong point for them. And is point that Inter must be fully concentrated and must play 2 games in very high level of the concentration, the consistency, and of course the game they play.
I think those are excellent points, Walter. And going back to your original point as well, it's true, we're talking a lot about Benfica, talking about their strengths, their traits, their qualities, their teamwork, and obviously some individuals that they have, such as João Mario, obviously we know very well, the former Inter midfielder. But you're quite right, they also have to be worried about facing Inter, an Inter side that beat Barcelona at San Siro, went to the Nou Camp and drew 3-3. That defeated a very solid Porto side, a Porto side that has so much quality and so much experience in Europe, having defeated the likes of Roma, Juventus, Lazio, and last season did really well against Milan in the group stages. So I think you're right, it's a great point that they're going to have to be, Gaia, worried about facing Inter, an Inter side that did so well against Porto. And I want to bring you back in, Walter, and talk about one of Gaia's favourite players and one of my favourite players recently, Andrea Onana, who had a sensational performance midweek, don't you think, Gaia, as well? That incredible save at the end.
Yes, we talk about him. We talk about the goalkeepers before the match against Porto, and obviously he did great, but I think that we have to spend some words also about our defense, because we played a really good defense with Darmian, who did an amazing job, and Dumfries in the second half. So it's true that we will face the second best attacker, because Benfica scored 23 goals in the last 8 matches in Champions League. So it's true, but it's true also that we know how to play defense too. So, and that our attack usually works good. So we will see what happens. It will be in April really, really tough with a lot of matches. So it will be important also to find back all the players, because actually, you know, we have some injuries. But this is another point, you know. It will be important to have a whole team, complete team. Yeah, absolutely. But Walter, what do you think?
You know, she is right. The point is that, for example, in 1 week, Inter gonna play in Torino in Italy Cup, in Salerno away, and then they travel to Lisbon. So this is the worst point of the schedule of the game, because if you have 3 games home, okay, it's difficult, but you don't move. You don't have to travel. You don't have to change hotel. You don't have to, take flight, bus, everything. And that week is gonna be very important. And the lucky in this time, either if I don't believe in lucky, because when I was in the US, they teach me that luck. The name of luck is labor under correct knowledge. So,
I like it.
It's true.
It's true. In America, they think that it's lucky is not something about winner. You know, it's not a winner mentality, because you build your lucky. You know, so it's correct. We joke about it because it's our culture. Think about superstitious, but the truth is that if you really believe in yourself, lucky is just
it's secondary.
And in this case, sorry, I don't want to talking about lucky, but I talking about the good performance of all the players. So no injury, no suspension. So you can have a balanced team, and then now is more important than before, because now you have a 5 substitution. You can balance the team, you can manage the players, so it's different.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I completely agree, and I think you're right about that. When we saw the graphic a few moments ago of this very busy April schedule, and I know, Walter, you're a big fan. You prefer, I think you were speaking about this on our live show the other day for the draw, saying that you prefer it when there's lots of big matches to prepare. So when you play Juventus, when you play Benfica, as opposed to maybe matches which on paper look a little bit easier because, as you said, it keeps the concentration level high, the players focused and on their feet, basically, on their toes.
Yeah. It's in my opinion, here is missed the first game of Benfica Inter. I think so because I think that we play 11 on.
Exactly. Yeah, these are the domestic matches. Yeah, and then we've got the.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's the schedule is very important to be either if it's tough. Now the professional way that is different like before is more easy for manage all this game by game. And the most important things is, like I told you last time, is thinking about today and not to see, in 10 days we have this game. No. Who is next is the most important things.
Absolutely. In a bit, Walter, we're going to obviously chat about, Inter Juventus, because we've just wanted to start the show quite rightly praising Simone Inzaghi and his players and the club for reaching the final eight of the Champions League, quite rightly. But before we talk about Inter Juventus, do you like surprises, Walter? Do you like surprises or not?
I'm scared.
What do you mean?
Because...
Exactly. I don't know.
No.
Excuse me. No.
If you like it, then obviously it's a team effort. If you don't like it, it's my fault. Because with our in our control room with the Marco Secca, we've prepared some footage, Walter, of your days at Inter. So we've got some Nerazzurri nostalgia for you. We've prepared.
In this case, yes.
like
Good. We prepared this clip about basically a selection. How do they say it in Italian? Is it macchia, guy? Because he always tries to teach me the Italian words. Walter.
This is me?
Yes. Okay. We wanted to basically talk through together. It's basically a selection of great moments. So if you like the surprise, then I'm really happy. If you don't, it's my fault.
Yeah,
Good.
No, it's okay. Great.
Because Walter, people forget that in the 80s, it was a different kind of football. I mean, the ball was a lot heavier, for example, so it wasn't easy. The pitches, as you can see here, weren't what they are today. The players at times were, you could say, more physical, a bit rougher. It was a different kind of football. I mean, what do you think when you look back at some of these days and these great moments for Inter?
Listen, is something you mentioned the ball, no, the football difference. Yeah. So, for example, all the teams, they play with their own balls. Yeah. And it's totally different respect now because you play with one kind of ball everywhere, and you don't have to change your style or other things. In this case, if you play in Milan home, they have this kind of ball, all totally white. If you play in your house, you have the other balls. It was different. And then I remember that we watch only one game about the opponent, only one videotape, and that's it, and finish.
Oh wow!
Now you can watch everything. So you can know everything about everybody.
Absolutely.
Before no, especially when you played in Europe, no.
Exactly, yeah. But especially maybe some of those teams from Eastern Europe as well back then, with the Iron Curtain, obviously different kind of era. But I mean, these are some incredible moments we're watching back together. But I'm really happy that you like this surprise that we put together for you. This is one of the many reasons why, Walter, you got, was it goalkeeper of the year 2 years? Was it in the late 80s? The goalkeeper, you were named the world's best goalkeeper, the Golden Gloves. Yeah, 3 times. Sorry, there you go. 3 times.
Sorry, yeah.
No, you're quite right. You must correct me, Walter, because this is your correct 3 times.
Like Walter says when he is about to say something really important, he say listen 3 times.
And then we have to consider one other thing, is that when I become 3 times best goalkeeper in the world, there was all the satellite, all the game on TV, so it means it's more fantastic.
Oh no!
But okay.
Congratulations! I mean,
this is past.
and now we're now coming towards the end, the 90s. Now you can tell by the goalkeeper shirts, Walter, that they changed in the 1990s. The goalkeeper shirts, they were a lot more colourful, flowery.
Listen.
Yeah.
Now I tell you something.
Yeah, go.
Before, in my opinion, the miss of the keeper was better. now I look like that they play with like Stabilo boss every day. So you can see, no? Look, it's the
I'm
keeper
agree.
are like
I'm agree.
Gaia agrees with you
I'm agree.
100%.
I just say that. I just say that.
Oh, okay.
But no,
Fun.
honestly, Guy and Valde, it's mesmerising looking back at some of this footage, and in a bit we'll come back to the present. But it's great to have this. I think this was up Beppe Baresi. I think it was going all the way up there. Franco Baresi, I believe it was, shooting.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I've spotted the likes of Franco Baresi. I spotted Diego Maradona earlier. Careca. What a save there. I mean.
Yeah.
And obviously for Inter, the likes of Lothar Matthäus, the Andy Bremer, the Germans, Beppe Bergwijn, just a star-studded era of Serie A, Walter.
You know who is this that is missed the penalty?
Tell us.
Gasperini, the coach of Atalanta.
Oh, wow, there you
yes.
go.
Yes.
There you go. And here against Sampdoria, which I know is a team that's also very special to you as well. I mean, it's incredible just to watch back some of this footage together, Walter, because... also because your time was so successful at the club, winning the Scudetto dei Record in 88-89, those two UEFA Cups in 91 and 94, and this obviously, it shows your commitment to the cause for Inter, which I know means so much to you, Walter.
About what?
Your commitment to the cause and the colours, the sense of belonging that you had for Inter, having grown up in the youth sector, the academy, playing for the first team. Inter was your second skin.
Listen, when you growing up from 10 years old till the first team, I went outside for 3 or 4 years to play in loan to other teams in second and in third division, and then you back, and you are a part of the club. You made everything's in the club. Either bring the coffee to the director sportive. So it's something that you represent your heart and you put your heart on the pitch. And but not because now I cannot say that the players are without heart or others, but thinking that in that team there was Beppe Baresi, Riccardo Ferri, Giuseppe Bergomi, me, that we came from the youth team. In the Milan there was Baresi, Billy Costa Curta, Maldini, and Donato, other players.
Yeah.
And so we meet each other from when we had 10 years old. So they play with the younger team, no? And it's totally different.
I have
but
goosebumps.
Back to the moment, back to the present.
Exactly, it's true, because I mean, we could talk about the past all day, Walter, but you're quite rightly to get us back on track. You mentioned heart and commitment, and that's what Inter are going to need tomorrow against Juventus. And on the subject of Juventus, let's look together, Walter, at the possible lineups, how Inter could set up tomorrow. Guy mentioned earlier about injuries and suspensions. We know that Skriniar, Bastoni and Gosens are going to be missing out tomorrow. So we've put them at the moment, Guy and I have put the formation like this, Walter. What do you think?
Well, I think that could be back either Brozovic and give a rest for one game to Mkhitaryan, because he's played 22 games, more than 20 games in a row, and sometime is better to take a breath for the moment. But then I don't know, it's just a supposition. So then. In any case, is a team that is a very competitive team, because all the players are the best in this moment, 100%.
Oh, I think we can also talk about numbers, because Lautaro Martinez scored 4 goals in home, and there are only 2 other players who did it. Rabiot and Osimhen.
Yes, it's a very good record at San Siro.
I think this,
very good record.
As always, we expect something really good from him, and also about Çalhanoğlu. If I remember well, he involved a lot of teammates in a lot of goals in home, and I think he's. Stats says that he's one of the best in this since the beginning of this year.
Yes.
So we will see what happens. We know that Inter in home has more strength. Another.
Yeah, they've got a very good record at home at San Siro, Guy, quite rightly. And from those numbers you said from Lautaro, Cianalolo, that's confirmation. Walter, quite rightly, Inter have the home advantage. Inter at home this season have had some incredible results. Beaten Napoli, for example. Just one of two teams to beat Napoli in Serie A this season. Obviously beat Barcelona at home. So Inter, in front of their fans, seem to just play a little bit better. Is it just the San Siro effect, Walter?
Oh, San Siro effect, yes, 100%. But the problem is that now, okay, Inter Juventus is a game either if the teams are 6 and 7 in the ranking is always Inter Juventus. It's not. It's not. It doesn't have sense if they are first, second, or Inter Juventus is Inter Juventus. And in my opinion, in Appiano Gentile they take this game and they consider that Juventus they have 53 points on the pitch. And not consider that Juventus now is 7 in the ranking or 8 in the ranking. They must to fully concentrate to win the game and to arrive on 53 points like the pitch, the result on the pitch says. Because if you take in consideration that Juventus is 8 in the ranking, they are only 38 points, is not true. It's not depend from this kind of team. I don't know if make a sense.
It's very clear.
Understand me.
It's very clear. It's very clear, Walter, because I think also Simone Inzaghi spoke about that in the press conference earlier today here at Appiano Gentile, saying that he knows the importance of this fixture, regardless of what the league table says, and he recognises the strength of the Juventus side, as you quite rightly said, Walter. And talking of Juventus, we just saw the graphic a few moments ago of the probable Juventus lineup. Walter, we've put them down as a 3-5-1-1 with Di Maria potentially playing in behind Dusan Vlahovic. Lots of Italians in the side as well, the likes of Locatelli, Fagioli, De Sciglio. Obviously, a probable lineup, so it's not confirmed, but we think this is how Inter's opponents tomorrow, Juventus, could line up, Walter.
It depends, because there is also Chiesa that he can play. So the Juventus is a good team, by the way. Don't forget that, as I told you, on the pitch they made 53 points. So it means that you have to consider them like a strong team, like a very tough team to play against. And now they are in one good condition because they qualify also in Europa League. They have to play against the Sporting Lisbon. We play against them 3 times in the next 20 days, because this game of the championship, then going back in Italy Cup, and either them like us, they have a very, very tough month of April, because they have a lot of game to play like us, and it's gonna be very, very interesting game, in my opinion. Very, very interesting game, because Inter gonna make a good performance, but I'm sure that also Juventus is give us some problem, and we need to, like I told you before, fully concentrate, fully attention, and focus on win the game to arrive on 53 points.
This is a challenge also between two of the teams who score more goals in this Serie A, because Inter scored 47 and Juventus 44. Only Napoli does it better, 60. So if we think about Vlahovic, that is looking for his shape, and Di Maria, that he always able to raise up the level of the team, and there are a lot of young players that are doing their job. I think that they are receiving a lot of trust, and they know what they are doing on the pitch. What do you think about it?
No, you're right. Normally, all the times Inter Juventus, they show the good game, and more than this, inside the start 11 there are such a fantastic player. You mentioned Di Maria, for example, that in the game that he played, he always show some great skill, some great performance, amazing goal. Vlahovic is, in my opinion, one of the best top player scorer in either if he doesn't score in the last few months, but as we say before, we are Inter, and the main thing is when you are in San Siro, when they announce the start 11, then they say, and now we are Inter. So if we think that we are Inter, we have to have a respect all the times.
Yes.
Take serious every game, but as I told you before, other opponent they must to thinking about us.
I think this
is the secret.
Yes, I think that's the message we've got to take away. And talking of a message, Walter, as always, checking some of the comments now from the fans, and there's plenty of fans that are following us live on YouTube. So first of all, a massive shout out to all of them. But also, obviously, the main reason they're here is to listen to you, Walter. Before we say goodbye to you, do you have a message for them? Because, of course, time has passed since you last played for the club, but you're still so attached to Inter and the Nerazzurri colours. So do you have a message for our Inter tifosi all around the world? Because there's so many, because we're internazionale, we're international.
yeah, I know. Because I'm all around the world. I travel a lot, and I find everywhere fans of Inter. And the message is always the same. We must to keep our head up, be positive and smile all the time, because look at the month of April. We played only every 3 days practically. We, of course, we wish to win all the game, of course, but this is not possible in the life, because if not, there is no show TV, there is not connection, there is no nothing. We have to be all the times positive and thinking in the right way. We are Inter. That's the most important thing.
Absolutely.
We are Inter. That's it.
We are Inter. That's the message. One last one before we say goodbye.
Yeah.
Where will you be watching the game, Walter, tomorrow? Will you be at San Siro, at home? Let us. Where will you be watching the match tomorrow?
Home, because
Alone.
No, because I wanted to go to come to San Siro, but I have my TV studio in Sky Sport, and I finish late, and I want also to watch the Lazio Roma, the derby of Roma.
Of course.
And I'm home, and I say, last time I watched the game home. Good result, I stay home.
Walter, don't say that. You talk about not to be superstitious, and now you can say that now. But
no, it's not.
But,
it's not for superstition. It's not for superstition.
No. But
just like this.
Just a little bit.
He's just saying it. He's just saying it, leaving it there. I like it.
I'm agree with you.
Walter, always an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, guys.
Really enjoyed it.
Thank
Absolute
you.
blast. And Forza Inter. Ciao, Walter.
Sempre.
Forza
Ciao, ciao
Inter,
tutti.
bye.
Bye.
Super.
Bye.
Ciao.
I love it. I love it every time we have Walter on the show, because of his
Yes,
expertise. You can tell, obviously, that he's coached as well, that he's played at the highest level. So I love having Walter on the show. And I think you're right, he's a little bit superstitious, but I think it's okay. All Italians are. All
Yes,
Italians are.
it
Gaia
is-
is the
it's
most superstitious girl I know.
No. I just do the same things always, but you know. No, I'm playing. It's always a pleasure. And I always talk like we are friends, and I always say what he really thinks. So I like this type of people.
Oh, top man, top goalkeeper, obviously top coach, top pundit. So brilliant to have him on the show, as we did last time ahead of the Porto game. And as you said, that brought us good luck. So hoping ahead of this big match against Inter Juventus, which we've obviously started to analyse. Shortly, we're going to have our second guest. And shall I introduce him, Gaia? Or would you like to introduce our second guest?
No, it's okay. If you want to introduce him, let's do it.
Okay. Now, I know this is a guest that obviously Gaia's very much looking forward to. Maybe a lot of our female fans will be looking forward to seeing on the show, because I can say he's a top model. He's worked for some of the top brands across the world, and we're delighted to have him on the show. And the most important thing, he's an Interista. He's a big Inter fan. He is, Gaia, the one and only.
Fabio Mancini, how are we doing?
Hi guys, how are you?
Hi, Fabio.
We good.
Thank you so much for having me here.
No,
So
thank
glad.
you to be here. Thank you. How do you feel?
Thank you.
I mean, we reached the quarterfinals of Champions League, and now we are waiting for another big match. So, and you are super Interista. How do you
yes.
feel about it?
Yeah. Since like when I was young, I mean, yesterday I was so nervous because the day was amazing because we take Benfica, no? I think.
Correct.
So let's see what happened now. But the first thing is like tomorrow is a big day. It's a big day because we have Juventus, and for me it's the worst team ever when I was young. So there's a big day. So let's see.
It's a big day. It's a big rivalry, as you said. At times, Juventus have
Big day. So let's see.
It's a big day. It's because they've entered one of them against us as well, like last in the Coppa Italia. I want to ask Fabio, do you have a famous moment? Have you had maybe a goal from Maicon or last season Sanchez? Is anything that when you think of Inter Juve that makes you really happy and proud?
You know, the worst moment I remember was the fall of Ronaldo with Giuliano. You know, in Delle Alpi was my worst moment ever. You know, the best moment was when Sanchez scored in the last minutes. Was so amazing. I was watching the match with 4 or 5 guys.
Yep.
And they were so nervous, and it was so beautiful, you know. So that was one of my favorite moments.
To show you the real Interista, you have to know
Go,
that...
tell me, talk to me, guys.
Yes, we have some pictures to show
I'm
you.
ready.
Yes, of the L'Officiel. They ask you, or Fab, this is our jersey.
Fabio, what do you want to say about this? First of all, can I just say, Fabio, I'm a little bit jealous because when I go home tonight to my wife, she's going to say, why don't you look like Fabio Mancini? Why don't you have this physique? And I'm gonna say, well, I'm sorry, I'm not Fabio Mancini, but joking aside, tell us a little about your modelling career because you've done some incredible work as guys with likes of Officiel.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe later we can have a call, you know, and I can give you some secrets, you know.
Thank you.
If you want.
Love it. So I can have the same kind of stomach as you. I can just do some press ups, maybe.
All the people ask me, it's like when I was young, she know, you know, I was like that. So and the photographer told me like, what do you want to share the world your talent? Just with my jersey, and say the jersey, yeah. So I was trying to share with this beautiful picture, you know, the Inter jersey. So I was so proud of that. So proud. I want to share in Instagram, you know, all my picture, and the people say, "Oh my God, you are Interista." I say, "Yes, I'm proud." So I have a lot of haters from that, but I don't care, you know. It's like a family.
You see what a guess? Well, Fabio, everybody knows it. He had an amazing career at the fashion weeks and a lot of shooting and everything for years. But actually, what are you doing? How is it that visiting some school and some younger people to share your passion? You know, he had an amazing career at the fashion weeks and shooting and everything for. But actually, explain us what are you doing? We saw that you were seeing some younger people.
Yeah, I started a personal project, you know, and to reach and you know, executive library, and I try to share first the human side, you know, the humanity, and so I was You know, all my
The first one? Your
The first one,
your
yes.
first
First
jersey?
ever into
the
jersey.
first one. Yeah, and I had like, I think 7 years old. Thank you
Thank you.
for taking back. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No,
Appreciate because you can imagine
Yeah, it's a kind of-
what it means.
You know, a massive round of applause for this this social work that you're doing away from the catwalk and away from your modelling, Fabio. So it's really a lot of positives, but it also has a lot of dangers. So it's important that you're out there
Exactly.
speaking to the next generation and telling them about the importance of.
Yeah.
No, but going back to the original one, first of all, you know, a massive round of applause for this community.
You know, all the people they're sharing all this bad stuff, you know, bad things and bad stuff. I'm trying to share, you know, I never use drugs, I never drink alcohol, and I have this big passion in soccer. So when I go to, you know, when I go to the stadium, I try to make
Exactly,
when
that's the
people
right
follow
word,
you,
responsibility, yeah.
You have this type of responsibility.
and think. So it's not about only luxury, you know, and money and big cars and these big things, you know. So it's like when you go to the stadium and you stay like in the first, you know, ring,
Yeah.
or you are in Curva Nord. So it's kind of, you know, it's another kind of way to watch the. Sure, you know, the same thing. I'm going to the school and sharing, you know, in the social network, you know, and what you're doing.
Picked up on this message. I think that's really been a positive message from yourself, Fabio. Obviously, now I want to go back, and you mentioned obviously
Is another kind of way to watch
true.
the match, you know. But if you are feeling sad, you know, the field, you know, you are.
as a little gift for you, Fabio, to say thank you very much for joining us on the show today. Do you
You wanna
remember
make me cry?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yes. You mentioned obviously your other passion, which is soccer, which is football. I've been told.
Yeah, I think it was one of the best, you know, score ever. You know, you see the movements was so amazing, and I think it was.
Fabio, I've got to be careful.
can
Not
still hold
only,
the job.
not only, I'd have to be careful because of your incredible looks, but also your knowledge of Inter. One of Ronaldo, if not his great, we wanted to give you this little gift of the one and only, the number 10 at the time, and then obviously wore the number 9 the
Yeah.
season later, Ronaldo. Fabio, I've got to be careful.
can
Not
still hold
only,
the job.
not only, I'd have to be careful because of your incredible looks, but also your knowledge of Inter.
I have to tell you a secret. You know why I'm Interista?
Why?
So
Don't know.
my father was from Inter.
Oh.
So when I was young, you know, I was growing up with my father, always watching, you know, the. So I remember very well. Yeah, I was so young, you know, and I have to tell you a secret. You know why I'm Interista?
Why?
So
Don't know.
my father was from AC Milan. My father. So in that year, you know, Ronaldo was transferred to Barcelona. I say to myself, why my grandfather, you know, always say Forza Inter? So in that year, you know, Ronaldo was transferred to Barcelona to Inter Milano. and there were 85,000 people, you know, for the becoming of Ronaldo in Inter, and that was so amazing. Yeah, and that was the sharing, you know. And when I was young, when my father, you know, tell me, why you're from Inter, not from Milan, and say, father, because I love the colors, you know. It's about, you know, person. Yeah, this color us forever, you know. So
the nerazzurro.
The nerazzurro.
You mentioned il capitano Javier Zanetti.
I don't know.
Get him back possible.
Yes,
As soon as
you know, this can happen when you like.
I think he's from in South Italy at the travels as part of his tour, as he's doing, and he might be back. Is he back? Is he back? Just from Mancini, Fabio Mancini.
And
remember, yeah.
Yes, we remember.
Oh, you remember, yeah.
Yes, remember.
For the glory, you know, they play for the trucks, and I really like, you know, play like
I didn't know that.
That's a little nugget.
My favorite goalkeeper ever was Gianluca Pagliuca.
Oh wow, yeah.
I present him during the
Gianluca well.
He's a fan of basket, so I met him in my year a lot of times. He's super.
Of course,
legend.
Of course, I see the interview before of Walter Zenga, another.
It's
the other great personality around. Last save, you know, in the hand of the match in
Cesar saves, and obviously I know Skriniar was involved, and
exactly.
He's had an incredible.
Prepared it, I swear.
And I remember, you know, in 2-3 matches, you have some discussion with Skriniar, with people, you know, and I like the personality because he really care about, you know, about the match.
Great
so
character.
I was like him. I remember the calm of Julio Cesar. He never get nervous, you know. But it's about, you know, the culture and maybe the personality too. So
I mean, we don't know what happened on the pitch. It's just what we.
Of course.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe on the pitch, you know, this is a position where you need to have a great personality. So.
That's, you know, that's why, because I want to come to the stadium and see my Inter in Champions League maybe on the pitch. So I tell you.
We wait for you there.
Yeah,
so
when's the next time you're going to be at San Siro,
come.
Fabio? When's the next time you're going to be in Milan and watching?
No, now he acts like this, but I always invite him.
Okay.
I'm not rude, I swear.
Why doesn't Gaio invite you, Fabio?
I told him a lot of time to come to San Siro, so we are just waiting for the date.
You know, Guy is a really friend of mine. you know. So she always invite me and tell me, like,
Good.
Fab, you know, you have to come here,
Good.
you know, you have to share, you know, to see how beautiful it is on the pitch. You know, because I was like 3-4 years ago with other friends of mine, you know, on the pitch like for many times. So I like San Siro, but the problem is like I don't have time, you know, to go into the stadium for my work, for my project now, you know. So
Yeah.
that's my passion. You know, it's different when you have passion and work. So
But now we will find time. Don't worry. Don't worry.
maybe one day we'll be your colleague. So we don't know about future.
Exactly.
We don't know about future.
Anything can happen
knows?
in
Who
the
knows?
future. And Fabio, seeing everything you've achieved so far, you know, the sky's the limit. You can achieve anything, absolutely. So
You know what
why
we-
not?
You know what will be beautiful? Maybe we can make some interviews for the women interfans. I can interview the interfans. The women's man.
We are working on it, but I think that the women for sure will be happier if you interview them. I mean,
Oh, yes.
I don't know, but
I think my wife and a lot of her friends would be very happy, very happy.
Your
especially
wife is an
especially looking
Inter
at those lovely photos we saw earlier, Fabio. They'd be very happy. The female fan base, the quota rosa, as the Italians would say. Is that right, Guy? Yeah.
Quota rosa,
the
yes.
female fans would be absolutely,
it could
absolutely
be a nice
loving
surprise.
it. Absolutely loving it.
You are the interviewer? Okay, we can do all the interviews
They're going to be
that you
loving
want.
it. Before we say goodbye, Fabio, a couple of more questions on my part. First of all, where will you be watching the match tomorrow? Because obviously there's a big game tomorrow. Let's not forget.
Yeah, I think I will be with my grandfather maybe.
Oh wow, the big
and they
Interista,
have
the big Interista.
Yeah, the big Interista, and maybe he's over here, but I don't know if he's asleep or not.
Oh, call
Let me
him.
check. Wait a second.
Okay.
Wait a second.
We're about to potentially see
We
A
can
big
talk dialetto
No,
a big
pugliese.
intertifoso.
Allora,
big
listen to me.
intertifoso.
No!
Sei sul canale ufficiale dell'Inter. Saluta, Forza Inter. Forza Inter.
Forza Inter!
Buonasera!
Forza Inter, always.
Ci si
Forza
vedo!
Forza Inter.
Forza Inter!
Grazie.
Oh, so Fabio, that's where your passion for Inter comes from, your super nonno,
exactly.
your super granddad, which is
Thank
brilliant.
you.
Absolutely love that. So you watch it with your granddad. Hopefully he brings you good luck. And obviously I'm not going to ask you for a score prediction because obviously I know, especially in Italy, there's a lot of superstition. But who could perhaps be the key player for Inter? That's my question. Key player tomorrow
Yes,
for Inter.
that's correct.
For key player tomorrow, I think Lautaro.
That's what Gaia said as well.
Yeah, Lautaro, and I think Dzeko is a good is in good shape now. He's a good. We lost the game.
We're back. You were
back.
saying about Dzeko.
Yeah, I think Dzeko will be amazing. Will be the man of the match, and maybe Lautaro Martinez too. So let's see what happens.
We will see what happens. We already talked about numbers of Lautaro in home matches, so it's possible. It's possible. We'll see. I'm
Let's
a
see.
little bit nervous, as always,
No,
but it's
I'm
normal.
not.
No, it's normal.
I'm
Don't
not.
worry. This is me. I'm always like this, so
Oh yeah,
it's okay. Everything is normal. It's
She
going
gets
good.
anxious before the big game, so she needs a bit of your, calmness and your serenity, Fabio, that I can sense that you have, which is good, that confidence ahead of tomorrow's match. Fabio, it's been an absolute pleasure. Hopefully we can have you back on the show in the future, and hopefully we'll have you at San Siro very soon.
Yes, of course.
Guys, when you want, I will be happy and great to be with you. And I want to say congratulations for your Italian because
Gaia?
Interista. No, Gaia,
Ah.
no, Gaia, no.
I'm Italian.
You're Italian.
I was just trying to joke. I was just joking
I
with
tell
her.
you a secret, Fabio. He's joking. He's fake because he said, Gaia, it's correct. Is it correct in Italian? But he is Italian. He's amazing.
She's very kind.
English.
She's very
super-
She's very kind. She's very kind. I appreciate the comments, Fabio. You're a very kind chap. I really appreciate it. But if you do have one last message for the Inter fan base, because there's so many around the world, the international fans, and also, before we say goodbye, Nido, congratulations on this project that you're leading away from work as well, which is really important.
Thank you. I mean, my message, like, it's the same way I'm doing this project. Being Teresa, it's kind of humanity. It's about passion and it's about traditional. You know.
Wow.
Love
So
it.
these three value are the value of my project, is the value of my career, and is the value of this color. So Forza Inter forever.
He's a part of
Forza
family,
Inter.
of our family.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Fabio. Thanks for being here. It was a pleasure. And good luck for your project. Say hi to your
No, yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you so much, guys, and Amala sempre. Yesterday,
Thank you
today,
very much.
forever.
Super. Forza Inter.
Thank
Ciao, Fabio.
you.
Thank you
Forza
so much.
Inter. Bye.
Wow, brilliant. What a guy. What a guy. What a guy. Another
You see?
huge Inter fan.
Yeah,
On the show.
I told you. A great,
Last time we had Niccolò Melli, a huge Inter fan. Today we had Fabio Mancini. So just keep on coming, the Inter fans
we're
who are
finding
just
out all the Inter fans
across the world.
all over the world. So if you are an Inter fan and you want to talk with us,
Write to
contact.
Gaia.
I'm playing.
Write to Gaia.
I'm playing. You know, like.
No, I know what you mean. Of course.
Call
of
me.
course.
And we were talking about Inter fans. Because surprises are not over.
No.
We have another great Inter fans
Yes.
from Sweden, Inter Club of Sweden. Binam is here with us. It's time
I'm
for
here.
a
Can you hear
social
us?
corner with our Inter clubs. Our Binam, how are you?
Yes, I can hear. I'm good. How are you?
There he is.
nice.
It's fantastic to have you on the show. First of all, welcome along, Binan.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. It's hard to come after Walter Zenga and Fabio Mancini, but it's okay.
No,
Don't
no.
be silly, don't be silly, don't be silly, because our fans, our international fans, are just as important and mean so much. But I know it must be emotional because obviously Walter Zenga won everything at Inter. Were you a big Walter Zenga fan growing up? Did you grow up in the shadow of him, or what was kind of your Inter era, Binan?
To be honest, I was not into football that much until 2006. So it's not like the rest of the Inter fans around the world, or the rest of the football fans. So to be honest, I'm from Malmö in Sweden. It's south of Sweden. And my era started with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, a name that I want to forget now, but he was big back then.
Oh, naturally, Malmo is synonymous with Ibrahimovic. Obviously played for Inter for 3 years, and obviously now he's playing for another club somewhere, but we won't talk about that. I can see in the background there you have Milito.
Yes,
I think Gaia's going to... Yeah, you spotted
yes.
that, didn't you?
There is a bottle of wine Inter and Milito, so everything is perfect.
Nerazzurro.
It is Nerazzurro.
And that's the celebration of the second goal in the Champions League final in 2010. Because when I want to find my happy place, I want to think about something beautiful. I think about that goal. So that's why I made a painting of it.
Oh.
You made it? Did you paint?
No,
Oh,
sorry.
okay, no.
Oh no! If
friend
not,
made
I
it.
want it of me and of Thomas. So
We were going to say
we
Binan,
stay like
yeah.
this for a little
Exactly.
bit. You take a picture and
Like in Paris with the caricatures, we'll be
Yes.
posing. And no, it's a lovely
We were
photo,
ready.
by the way. Aren't you joking? It's a lovely photo. Is Milito one of your favourite players, Binan?
Yeah. Of course, Milito is one of my favorite players, but of course, number one is Javier Zanetti for me, and I've had the pleasure of meeting both of them while being in Milano. So I feel like a very happy man after that.
oh, how many people there are in your Inter club, Binon?
I think we are like 270,
Wow.
300 or something. So it's started a couple of years ago, but it's growing bigger and bigger every year. So it's really fun.
Wow, did you know that there are a lot of Inter fans in Sweden? That's amazing.
It doesn't surprise me, but I am surprised to see that the Inter Club Malmo is
It's
so big
growing
and growing.
fast.
Yeah, that does surprise me a bit, but at the same time, I shouldn't be surprised because we know, obviously, Internazionale,
Obviously.
international, as we see the goals you mentioned earlier there, Binan, obviously, Diego Milito, his double. I don't want you to start crying for tears of joy either. You're not going to cry now, eh?
Yes, this is our mission today. For today, we want to let you cry, all our guests. So.
The tears aren't far away, to be honest. It's an amazing feeling just to watch this goal and watch this final. I'm hoping maybe we can do it again this year. Who knows?
We've
It can
got-
be the same final.
Yeah, we've got to
as well.
dream, and I think Simone Inzaghi, Binan, said something today in the press conference. He said, we've got to aim high and dream big. Why not? Of course, it's going to be difficult. We've still got to get beyond Benfica, but you're quite right. Inter have done so well against Barcelona. They held their own maybe against Bayern in the second meeting. They overcame a really strong Porto. So why not? Binan, Guy and I prepared a little surprise for you. Do you like surprises? Walter Zenga was a little bit sceptical. Do you like surprises, Binan, or not? Hopefully you do.
Because I'm on the show, I have to say yes.
Exactly.
No, you have to be honest.
That is the right answer. Because together, Guy and I, and obviously in the control room with our director behind the scenes in the control room, Marco, so we've prepared the top 5, or what we think are the top 5 goals into Juventus in Serie A at San Siro. So we're maybe going to comment on some of them together and obviously have a bit like a date with the past and a trip down memory lane. Would you like to play along with us and see what?
Of course.
Thank
Good
you.
man, good man. So let's get
We're
cracking
ready.
with goal number 5. Let's see which one we put first.
We see.
Again,
Oh,
we're going
nice.
right back to the early 90s, Lothar Matthäus. Again, I know you weren't obviously following football until the mid-noughties, but obviously, you know obviously all about Lothar Matthäus.
I wasn't old back then.
But this
But
screamer
look at these. Oh,
Fantastic.
against Juventus, just to get the party started. As I said, these are goals against Juve in Serie A at San Siro. And it's a way of just getting in the mood, Binan, for the match tomorrow. Are you excited for it? Nervous? How are you feeling? Guys, a little bit nervous, I know.
I'm always nervous. It's
Yeah,
my
the
role.
same for me, and especially against Juventus because, you know the history. So
Absolutely. Here's number 4. We're still staying in the 90s. We love partying like it's the mid-90s here at the Sunning Training Centre, Piano Gentile. Guy. This
Look
is
at
Ruben
these.
Souza, who, along with Alvaro Recoba, had one of the greatest left boots we've probably ever seen in Italian football, and I love that aeroplane celebration. Number 3. Now we're
Top
getting...
3.
You've got to remember this
Oh, I
one,
love
Binan.
it.
You've got to
I love
remember
it.
this one. Bastoni to Barella. If you want, you can comment on the goal for us, how you
I
witnessed
just
that night.
remember this pass from Bastoni was so beautiful, and then the finish from Barella, it's pure magic.
I love this one. This is my.
This is your favourite, is it, Guy?
Yeah, I don't want to spoil my idea, but I love this.
I think I know which one is number 1 because I know which one I have at number 1.
Absolutely. We're going to find out shortly. We're going to spoil it for our viewers and everyone watching. But as you said, that is magic, that goal.
Yeah,
That's a great way of describing it. And the only negative is it was coming, sort of post-COVID. And obviously the stadium, as you can see, unfortunately, was without the fans. But it was an incredible season nonetheless.
It looks like a long time ago,
Yeah.
but it's not so far. That's
2021.
Also,
crazy.
fantastic shirt. I really love that shirt.
I like it too.
Yeah,
Beautiful
the
shirt.
zigzag was beautiful,
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah, I
it? Beautiful.
love it.
Absolutely loved it as well. And it's famous because it was the one which we won the Scudetto jersey, the tricolore, excuse me, in 2021. And obviously love that footage. And number 2.
Number 2,
So this gets the
number
silver
2.
medal. Let's see if you remember this one. Oh, wow. Now,
Siro.
I love this one.
Thomas, can you be the commentator of this?
If I was doing this,
let's go.
Well, I'll do it on the replay by now because I've missed the chance. But if I were commentating on that goal, I would have said something like, Clarence Seedorf, will he shoot? Does shoot! And then obviously, in crescendo because what a way. This was an unfortunate season for Inter, 2001-2002, but that was a 2-2 draw against Juventus, a last gasp equaliser by Clarence Seedorf, an absolute scorching strike. I don't know if you remember this one, but what a strike. And shortly we're going to find out number 1.
Number 1.
What do you think is going to be number 1, Binan? You can say it now.
Yes,
My
now
God.
Binan.
Yes.
My God, that's my God.
It does have to be my
You're
con.
right.
And it's a goal, guys, which I think wins every time we play against Juventus. Whether you talk about Serie A, Coppa Italia, any Supercoppa, it always takes number 1. Here we go. Do you want to talk us through it, Binan?
I just remember it, and I remember also the celebration of my account. It was so beautiful.
Look at this.
Like this, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Fantastic goal!
What a goal.
Fantastic goal.
Echo, there is the
He
celebration.
stays here, right?
This is the
He
celebration.
knows it. He knows it. This was
Fantastic.
amazing.
A wonderful goal, which we're going to obviously continue just to keep reveling in and enjoying and looking at once again with some of the replays here. And what better way, Binan, to just build up to the mouth-watering meeting, the Derby d'Italia, the Derby of Italy, with Juventus. Only we spoke with Fabio and obviously Walter. What about yourself? Who do you feel could be the key player for Inter tomorrow? Gaia thinks maybe Lauti and Chala.
I talk about numbers.
Yeah.
I just talk
Yeah.
about numbers.
Yeah. True.
Okay, but you are a massive Inter fan. You can say your opinion. So, what will
To
be
be
the
honest,
key player?
I really think that Lautaro Martinez is the one that can make the difference in this kind of games. But I don't know if Brozovic will start. It looks like Mkhitaryan will start instead of him. But I think if Brozovic starts, he will be the key player because that's a fantastic football player. he's always like the one that runs the most and makes the most sacrifices, and he's just a fantastic player, and I want to see him back.
World-class player, world-class player. Just before we say goodbye, I wanted to ask, I don't know how you say goodbye in Swedish, I do apologise. How would you say it?
It will be difficult in my...
Yeah, we're going to try.
Hej då.
Hej då?
Hej då.
Hej då.
Hej då. Oh, it's easy.
In fact, I might have seen it at IKEA from time to time.
Yeah, they have it when you leave it.
IKEA. Is it true that it's IKEA? IKEA, no IKEA.
Sorry, that's the English accent. But before we say hej då, where will you be watching the match tomorrow? With the Inter Club, I
yes,
assume.
I wanted to know the same.
Sorry, I stole a question.
This is the connection. This is the connection.
No, actually, we made an event at a restaurant, at a sports bar. So we have 40 persons coming to watch the game together. And to be honest, we used to go, like Inter Juventus is one of the games that we always go to. But this time we were saying, no, we will watch it from Stockholm. And then we will go to Inter Benfica instead.
So fantastic.
Fantastic. So maybe we will meet there and we can make another interview for Inter TV.
Perfect.
Perfect. Fantastic.
Thank you for having me.
It's been our pleasure. Let's stay in touch because it'd be great for Inter Benfica if we could meet up. It'd be fantastic. And obviously meet the rest of the Inter Club gang from Sweden. And then, brilliant. Okay, well, hej då.
I know.
Arrivederci.
You're Sweden.
I try my very best. But real pleasure, and obviously enjoy the match tomorrow, and Forza Inter.
Thanks for being here, and Forza Inter.
Super.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Gaia, sadly,
it's time.
It's almost time.
Before to say goodbye, arrivederci,
Haido.
Ni hao.
That's Chinese.
Adios.
Isn't it?
Okay, I stop. I was looking for what happened on some social during the week, about celebration of our guys. So I want to show you what was happening.
Please do.
Help me. And we start with the MVP, with Hakan Çalhanoğlu.
Man of the match. Correct.
Man of the match twice in the first, in the second. Yes.
He was incredible, both matches.
Yes. Here we are. I still hearing this. And Vamos Papi with Lauti on the plane. And then Lauti with Vamos and Hakan. Nice pictures. And Mkhitaryan, we talk a lot about him and about his amazing job. Quarterfinals of the Champions League and with the picture. And then we have Acerbi. We qualified for the quarterfinals for all of you guys, for all the Inter fans. And then we have, this one, Darmiani. What a game. What a game. I think my personal MVP. Now I can say it. My personal MVP of the second leg. Amazing.
It was outstanding.
Sacrifice job. Amazing. Best 8 in Europe, and then Denzel Dumfries. He saved the situation.
He did.
Close to the end. We march on the quarterfinals with this picture, and I love this picture.
This is a lovely photo.
With Lukaku
the two strikers,
Dzeko, and I love this one. I love this picture. Quarterfinals with claps, and we have...
Do you have one more?
Yes. We talk about Andrea Onana. He put a lot of pictures with a great Italian copy. We suffered a little bit, but now here we deserve.
Absolutely.
And Lauti again with a lot of pictures. And after 12 years, we bring back Inter to the quarterfinals of Champions League. Satisfaction, proud, and we have just to continue to work like this to reach the sky.
Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. I said it earlier with Fabio Mancini. The sky is the limit.
Like you said. And then, this is so important. I want to congratulate, a big shout out to Robin Gosens, who graduated his Bachelor of Psychology.
In psychology, wow. Well, we always knew he was a clever person, but he's proved us once again what a talented person
big shout out. We talk about role model. I think he's one of them because, it shows that even if you play, you work a lot on the pitch, you practice every day, everything is possible, and you have also to think about what happened after
Absolutely.
the career, you know, another opportunity in your life, and that's great. That's great.
Well done to
That's
Robbie
it.
Gosens. And with that, it sadly is time to say
time to
goodbye.
say bye.
And obviously remind our fans that tomorrow is the big match.
Tomorrow is the big match. We got here, and maybe we can take a look a little quick about the fixtures
Yes,
because it
before
will be
we say goodbye.
a tough April. Sorry, a tough
get
month.
confused
So maybe we can watch together.
Yeah, let's have a look before we say goodbye, just at the fixtures for April, the calendar for the matches, which begins obviously with that match against Fiorentina on the 1st of April. And it's a busy month of April with the Coppa Italia against Juventus, obviously Salernitana in Serie A, Benfica in the Champions League.
Oh, here we are.
So it's right just to remind our fans, our tifosi all across the world, before we say goodbye, that this is the last match before the international break, and then when we get going again, we're going to have a very, very busy April, and of course we'll have lots more match day hypes together and shows together. So with that, Gaia, it's time to say goodbye. Thank you so much for following us.
Goodbye, guys. Thanks to follow us. That's just to remind you that we need your support. So see you tomorrow at the stadium, and continue to follow our socials. Subscribe the channel here, put likes if you like it, and follow Inter TV. Okay, I said
That's
everything.
everything.
Okay, everything we can say. Goodbye, Inter fans. See you soon. Forza Inter.